Good evening, children.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Have you completed the homework?
Ma'am, you said you will send homework, ma'am. You didn't give the homework.
I
Last class you
didn't share
told.
questions, huh?
You didn't send, ma'am.
Oh, I said I'll share the questions. I didn't share, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my God. Oh, I thought I had shared. Okay. Okay, children, fine now. Can you take a screenshot now? Let me just show you the question. I'm so sorry. I completely forgot. I thought I had shared the questions. Take a screenshot, children. Please take a screenshot.
Ma'am, we have these questions already, ma'am.
How do you have it?
You sent that day, ma'am.
That's what I thought I had shared. Now somebody said I did not share, so I'm
No, ma'am. Before that, you gave 17 questions. No, ma'am. That one.
These are the 17 questions.
Yes, ma'am. This you all you have given before yesterday, last class, ma'am.
Okay. So I've already shared these questions, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so was it another assignment which I had to share? No, right? This one only, right? I had asked you to complete. No, we had discussed, I think, the answers, the meaning we discussed the kind of operation that will be involved to solve that particular word problem. Is it this one?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. This one only we did that.
Okay. So we discussed the mathematical operation to be used. Okay, so
And
I
we have returned also, ma'am.
okay, fine. But did we see the answers?
Yes, ma'am. You send it in WhatsApp.
Oh, okay, fine. Then this is over. Fine, let's move on.
This is all also over, ma'am.
All right. Then we'll move on. Okay, you're sure?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sure.
Yeah. This is Nandana, is it? Who's this?
No,
No,
ma'am. Anugraha, ma'am.
Anugraha. Okay. Yeah, thank you. All right, children, let's see how to add decimals. So in order to add or subtract decimals, we need to convert the given decimals to like decimals. If they are already like decimals, fine. If they are not like decimals, we need to first convert them to like decimals and then add or subtract. Now see the first one, add 16, 8.7, 0.94, 6.8 and 7.77. So you see that they are not like like decimals. All of them are not like decimals because this one has no decimal place. This has one decimal place. This has two places of decimals. This has one decimal place. This has two places of decimal or two decimal places. So the highest number of decimal places is 2. The highest number of decimal places is 2. In 7.77 and 0.94, we have two decimal places. So we need to convert every decimal here to a decimal with two decimal places. So we write 16 as 16.00. We write 8.7 as 8.70. This one is 0.94 as it is. This is 6.80 and this is 7.77 as it is. See here?
Ma'am, to make 16 as like fractions, we should put point and after that we should put 2 zeros.
Correct. 16 means 16.00. 16 means 16.00. Please see it here, children. So these are the given numbers. These are the given numbers, children. Converting them into like decimals. We convert them to like decimals. We convert them to like decimals. Now we see that among these decimals, the maximum number of decimal places is 2. See, now this one has no place of decimal. This one has 1 decimal place. This one has 2 decimal places. So we convert everything to decimals with 2 decimal places. How? We write 16 as 16.00 because 16 means 16.00. There's no decimal point. That means it's at the end. 16 is 16.00. 8.7 becomes 8.70. 0.94 as it is. 6.8 becomes 6.80 and 7.77 as it is. Now arrange the numbers like this so that the decimal place, the decimal point falls in a straight line. Arrange the numbers, arrange the decimals in such a way that the decimal point falls in the same column like this here, one below the other in the same column. Now you can see 0, 7, 9, 8 and 7 are the digits in the tens place. 0, 0, 4, 0, 7 are the digits in the hundredth place. Now 6, 8, 0, 6, 7. These are the digits in the ones place. And there's only one digit, 1 in the tens place. Tell me the digits in the hundredth place, children. Hundredths place. Tell me the digits in the hundredths place. Which are the digits in the hundredths place?
Ma'am, 4 and 7.
Yes.
Ma'am, 4 and 7 are there in the hundredth place.
No. In all the decimals. In all the decimals. In this decimal, which is the digit in the hundredths place?
0,
0, 4 zeros.
Yeah. 00407. These are the digits in the hundredths place. In the tenths place, 0, 7, 9.
7, 9, 8, 7, ma'am.
Yeah, these are the digits in the tenths place. And then the decimal point falling one below the other in the same column. And then the ones digits.
6, 8, 0, 6, 7 are there in the ones digit, ma'am.
Yeah. And then there's only this number has one digit in the tens place. So arrange the decimals like this and then perform the addition as usual. You can just try this. You can just try this in your book and see if you have any doubts. So the important thing is to convert all the decimals to like decimals.
Ma'am,
Check which decimal has maximum number of decimal places. Check which decimal has most number of decimal places. So here 2 decimal places. So we convert every number to a decimal with 2 decimal places. Yes, Swati?
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I have joined late because the Microsoft Teams have been stuck, ma'am. So I don't know what you have been teaching, ma'am.
No, darling, you have not missed anything, darling. We were just talking about the homework, but
Yes,
Nandana, I think Anugraha told me that we have already discussed it. I had shared the material probably. I'll also
Yes.
look into WhatsApp once again because I think I've forgotten what I've done with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so we just started with this addition. After
Yes,
talking about the homework, we did not discuss the answers because Anugraha told me that we have already seen the answers. So we just started with addition of decimals. That's it.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Any questions, children? I'll share the material. Better still, you can take a screenshot. See now there is a delay sometimes in sharing the material. So please take a screenshot. I'll just show you all these slides to you. Take a screenshot so that you can just get started even after the class. If you wish to do the homework, you have the material with you and you can just get started. You don't have to wait for me to share things with you. All right, children.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I'll show you the complete slide. You can take the screenshot later, not now. I'll show you the complete slide. Yes, children, see the second. Now, any questions with the first one, children?
No, ma'am, no questions.
All right. So in the second one, children, see again, we have 5 decimals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decimals. We have how many decimal places in 18.6?
Ma'am, only 1 decimal place.
Okay, in the second number, in the second decimal, how many decimal places?
Ma'am, 2 decimal places.
In the third one, how many decimal places?
Ma'am, 3 decimal places.
Fourth and fifth?
Ma'am, in fourth one, 1 decimal, and in last one also 1 decimal, ma'am.
All right, so what is the maximum number of decimal places we have in these 5 numbers?
Ma'am, 8.008 has the maximum.
Yeah, it has 3 decimal places. So 8.008 has 3 decimal places. So we convert all the decimals to like decimals with 3 decimal places. With 3 decimal places. So we make sure that every decimal has 3 digits after the decimal point. 3 digits. So this 18.6 is written as 18.6. There's 1 digit, so 2 zeros. This one has 2 digits, so 1 0. This one already has 3 digits. After the decimal point, decimal places are the number of digits after the decimal point. All right, so this one, so maximum we have 3 after the decimal point, children. This decimal after the decimal point has 3 digits. This is the maximum number of decimal places we have here. So we convert every fraction, every decimal to decimals with 3 decimal places. So there's only 1, so 2 zeros. There are 2 digits, so 1 0. This is fine, no changes. 0.4, so 0.400. 0.9, so 0.900. And then we arrange the numbers vertically like this. Then we arrange the numbers vertically like this. That is in a column like this, one below the other, such that their tenths digit, their hundredths digits, their thousandths digits, their ones and tens and hundreds, they all coincide. They all fall in the same, column. And the decimal point also falls in the same column, decimal point. The decimal point, one below the other. The decimal point also falls one below the other. You can see the digits in the tenths place falling one below the other, the hundredths place falling one below the other, the digits in the thousandths place one below the other. So like that, arrange the numbers and do the regular addition. Regular addition, as if there were no decimal point. If there was no decimal point, how would you add? Same way. Do the same addition. Just that you should, I think I didn't tell you here. So just that you'll have to place the decimal point right below here. Find the sum, and place the decimal point right below like this. So when you add, you'll get 266,278. Place the decimal point. So it will be 266.278. So the procedure, so the procedure is convert them to like decimals. Convert them to like decimals by adding, how many ever zeros after the digit. And then once you convert them to like decimals, arrange them in a column like this, so that the decimal point falls, the decimal point in every decimal falls one below the other. And the digits in the, as I told you, the tens, hundreds, thousands place, they are arranged according to the place value. Similarly, the ones, tens, and the hundreds digits. All right. See this one, children. Look at this. 8. Add 9.09, 0.909, 99.9, 9.99, 0.099. What's the maximum number of decimal places in these 5 decimals?
Ma'am, 0.099 and 0.909 have the maximum decimal place.
Yeah, so these two numbers, these two decimals have 3 decimal places. So we convert the other decimals also with decimals with 3 decimal places. We add zeros accordingly. Children, if you have any questions, you should ask me.
No, ma'am, no questions.
All right, let's have a look at subtraction. So you'll be taking a test on fractions and decimals. Fractions tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, the exam will be in your account tomorrow morning. Fractions. Decimals, I think I'll schedule it on Sunday. By Sunday evening, I'll schedule it. I need to prepare the paper. Once it's ready, I'll just have a look. By Sunday evening, just check your your account. If it's available, you can take it up. But tomorrow morning, I'll schedule the test on fractions.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. See here, children, this is subtracting. You can see the heading here, subtract. You can see the heading here, subtract. Subtract, you can see it here. Let's see this 10th one. Let's see the 10th one, children. See, it says subtract 36.74 from 52.6. Subtract 36.74 from 52.6. So again, to add and subtract, you should always convert the decimals to like decimals. Similar to fractions, when we have to add or subtract fractions, we need to convert them to like fractions by bringing them to the same denominator. To add or subtract fractions, we convert the fractions to like fractions. We bring them to the same denominator and then we add or subtract. In the same way, when you have to add or subtract decimals, you need to convert them to like decimals. That is, you must make sure that all the decimals have the same number of decimal places. That is, they should all have the same number of digits after the decimal point, not before. Before the decimal point, any number of digits, okay. After the decimal point, all the decimals must have the same number of digits. After the decimal point, all the decimals must have the same number of digits. If after the decimal point there are 4 digits, all of them should have 4 digits. So like that is what is converting them to like decimals. So we convert the decimals to like decimals and then add or subtract. So see a subtraction. So convert them to like decimals. So 36.74 is 36.74, but this is written as 52.60. Now let's subtract 52.60 minus 36.74. How do we subtract? Arrange the numbers like this in a column. Vertically write the numbers vertically like this. See that the decimal point falls one below the other. And then just arranging the place values, children. See, 6 is the 10th place in this number. This is the 10th place, 6 and 7. So they should fall one below the other. See like this, 6 and 7. The digits in the 10th place. These are the digits in the 100th place. These are the ones digits. These are the tens digits. So arrange the numbers like this. And you subtract it, there's no difference. It's the usual regular subtraction, just that you should place the decimal point right below here. Should place the decimal point right below here. Otherwise, see in the next one, when it is 22.00, it's the usual borrowing. There is no difference at all. just do the subtraction as if there is no decimal point. Do the subtraction as if there is no decimal point. If there's no decimal point, how will you subtract? Do the same. Just that in the answer, you will place a decimal point. Right below like this, you will place a decimal point. Take a screenshot, children. These are the questions. This is your homework.
Done, ma'am.
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
Yeah, I'll show you. Yeah. These are the questions. Take a screenshot. These are the questions. Is it over?
Yes, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
Yeah. No, I didn't get that. Should I wait? Is it over?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. These are the answers. Please work and check your answer. Now, you know that these steps are not needed. This is just for the sake of explanation. You can write this straight away. You can, when you're adding, just make this column straight away. When you're subtracting also, you can just write the numbers directly like this. But if you wish to show all these steps, very fine. It's enough if you show the answer like this. It's enough. You just convert them to like decimals and arrange them directly like this. You can do that in your mind. So, you know, you have to make everything, you'll have to, you know, convert everything to decimals with 3 decimal places in the fourth one. So just do that in your mind and write the numbers straight away. So this is enough. This is enough. But if you wish to write all these steps, you can go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, children, take a screenshot. All answers are here.
Done, ma'am.
All right. Work one on your own. Check your answer immediately. Don't work everything and then check the answer. So supposing something you didn't understand correctly and you have made a mistake, then everywhere you would have done the same mistake. So don't work everything and then see the work one answer. Check the answer. Check the correct answer immediately. Then go to the next one. Try it. Finish it. See the answer. So that if you've gone wrong, you will realize your mistake and you will not repeat that mistake in the further sums. Otherwise, if you have misunderstood something, that misunderstanding you would have, you applied in all the answers. Then you would have got used to that incorrect thing you would have got used to, and then it's difficult to, correct yourself. Work one answer, check the answer, correct answer immediately. Then go to the next one. Do that. So addition, subtraction, we didn't take much time because children, it's just, bringing the decimals to like decimals and then arranging them in columns and adding and subtracting. So we didn't take a long time for that. Now, how will you write? Tell me, how will you write 22? 22. How will you represent 22 as a decimal with 3 decimal places? How will you write 22? as a decimal with 3 decimal places?
I'm like 22.000.
Yeah, so 22.000. Yeah, 22.000. All right. Now see, we'll see how to multiply decimals by 10, 100, 1000. Okay. And share this as assignment. Take a screenshot, children. This you can work it as homework.
Yes, ma'am, done.
Yeah. Three screenshots here. This one, and this one. I'll show you again from the beginning. This is the first one in multiplication. This is the second one. The third one. So this will also work.
This also.
No, this will work in the class because multiplication division you need to work to actually get used to it. Okay, now look at this one, children. We have different ways of multiplying, so we'll be seeing different methods, like very simple methods, but different methods. Let's see the first one. So find 0.2 into 6. Find 0.2 into 6. So see the answer here, 0.2 into 6. Now 0.2 can be written as 2 by 10. You remember when we started decimals, we understood that 0.5, we understood how to represent when we started decimals, children. We understood how to write a decimal as a fraction in its simplest form. You remember we had 0.5, we wrote that as 5 by 10 and then simplified it to 1 by 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Then I think we also had 0.24. When we started decimals, we learned how to convert decimals to fractions. Okay, let me repeat that. So in case you've forgotten, so 0.2. 0.2 can be written as 2 by 10. 2 by 10. After the decimal point, there's one digit. After the decimal point, there is one digit. So if there's only one digit after the decimal point, the number is 10. 1 0 you need to add in the denominator. The numerator will be, okay, let me come from the beginning. So 0.2 is a decimal. You want to express this as a fraction. Now, fraction has two parts, right? Numerator and denominator. So what comes in the numerator? What comes in the denominator? The numerator will be the same number. The numerator will be the same number without the decimal point. The same number, 0.2, right? This is the number. Write the same number without the decimal point in the numerator. So without the decimal point, it is 0.2. That means it's only 2. 0.2, meaning 2. So that will be the numerator. The same number, 0.2, the same number without the decimal point. Without the decimal point. So 0.2. 0.2 means only 2. So that forms the numerator. And the denominator will be 10, 100, 1000, 10,000. You'll have to find that accordingly. So now after the decimal point, how many digits? One digit. This decimal has one decimal place. So only 1 0, 10. Only 1 0. So it will be 10. So 0.2 is nothing but 2 by 10 into 6 as it is. Now don't cancel, children. Don't say now you'll think, oh, you can cancel 6 and 10 or you can cancel 2 and 10. No, we don't want to cancel because we don't want to disturb the denominator 10. We don't want to disturb the denominator 10. Please understand that. Now you'll wonder, like, you can cancel 2 1s are 2, 2 5s are 10. Why are we not cancelling? Don't cancel. When the denominator is at 10, 100,000, don't cancel. Now what you can do is just multiply the numerators. 2 into 6, 12. Because you know 6 is 6 by 1. You know fraction, multiplication of fractions. 6 is 6 by 1. So multiply the numerators. 2 6 are 12. Divided by, multiply the denominators. 10 into 1 is 10. So 12 by 10. Now put this back as a decimal. Put this back as a decimal. 12 by 10 we have. Now this is a fraction. Put it back as a decimal. So to put it back as a decimal, well, again, the same. See, the reverse process. What you should do, whatever is in the numerator, you write it as it is. This 12 as it is. Now you should place a decimal point. You should place a decimal point. How many zeros are there? Only 1 0. So that means after the decimal point, there should be 1 digit. Whatever you see in the numerator, 12, you should write the same number 12. Write the same number 12. Okay. After that, you'll have to place a decimal point. You will have to place a decimal point. Now this denominator 10 has 1 0. That means after the decimal point, there should be 1 digit. So I should place the point here.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll do the second one, and I think if we take turns to explain, I can make out how much, you know, I have been effective. So let me just do the second one for you. So this is one of the ways of finding the product, children. See, you can directly multiply and get 1.2. We'll come to that. We're just seeing the different ways in which we can find the product. So this is one of it. So what we do is we write 0.2 as 2 by 10. We write the decimal as a fraction. That is, so what we're doing here is we are converting the decimal to a fraction. We are multiplying. How we usually multiply fractions, we multiply, we get it as a single fraction like this, and then we put it back in the decimal form. That is what we're doing. We convert the decimal to a fraction. We multiply. We know multiplication of fractions. So we do the multiplication and then put it back as a decimal. Let me tell you the second one. 8 is 8 into 4.6 is written as 46 by 10. How to write a decimal as a fraction? The digits the decimal is 4.6. Write the same number without the decimal point. That becomes a numerator. Write the same thing without the decimal point. So 46. That becomes a numerator. The denominator will be 10, 100, 1000, something like that. Depending on the number of decimal places the decimal number has. So here 1 decimal place. So 10. It will be 10. The denominator will be 10 because only 1 decimal place. So 10. That means the number is 10. So 46 by 10. 4.6 is 46 by 10. This 46 becomes the numerator. The denominator is 10 because 1 decimal place. So only 10. After 1, only 10. So 10. Now we do the regular multiplication. So we multiply the numerators. 8 is 8 by 1, children. 8 is 8 by 1. So multiply the numerators. No LCM for multiplication. When you're multiplying, it's not taking LCM. Only when you add or subtract, you take the LCM. Am I audible, children?
Yes, ma'am, your voice is audible.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am, your voice is audible.
All right, children. Yeah, thank you. So we multiply. So 8 is nothing but 8 by 1. 8 is nothing but 8 by 1. So we multiply the numerators. 8 into 46 is 368. Divided by, multiply the denominators. 1 into 10. Now you will say, why you didn't write 8 by 1? See, we shouldn't keep using that. Once it is 8, you should understand it is 8 by 1. When it is 8, so that's why I deliberately did not write 8 by 1, because you should understand if it's 8, it's 8 by 1. So multiply the numerators. 8 into 46 is 368. Multiply the denominators. 1 into 10 is 10. Now after this, now we got the answer. We got the answer as a fraction. We need to put it back as a decimal. How? Write the numerator as it is. Write this numerator 368 as it is. Now you'll have to place a decimal point. How many zeros? 1 0. The denominator has 1 0. That means after the decimal point, only 1 digit should be there. After the decimal point, there should be only 1 digit. So I should place a decimal point here. Should place it here. Only then there'll be only one digit after the decimal point. Yes, who will try the third one? It's okay, even if you're not able to express it completely and clearly. If you're right, if you're incorrect, I'll be happy. I'll realize that I have to teach again.
Shall I say for the C?
There's another voice behind. Yes, Swati, just 1 minute. Who's the other one? Yeah.
Nandana, ma'am.
Nandana. Okay, Nandana and then Swati. Nandana will do it first. Yes, Nandana.
2.71 into 5, ma'am.
No, that's so, not 2.75. 71. That's 2.71.
71.
Yeah.
There are 2 digits, ma'am. So 271 by 100, ma'am. We should multiply by 5, ma'am.
Say that 2.7. Excuse me, Nandana. Say that 2.71 has 2 decimal places. Use the technical language.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, use the technical language. Say 2.71 has 2 decimal places. Tell me, yeah, go on.
1 has 2 decimal places.
Yeah.
So 1 is followed by 2 zeros.
Very good. That is the denominator. What is the numerator? How do you get the numerator?
271.
How did you write that? How do we get the numerator? You must write the same number without the
decimal point, ma'am.
Yeah, the numerator will be the decimal number without the decimal point. The numerator will be the decimal number without the decimal point, 271. And as you said, the denominator will be 100. That is 2 zeros because the number has 2 decimal places. Very good. Yeah, continue.
And we should multiply by 5, ma'am.
Okay.
So get us the 1355 by 100.
Okay.
So in denominator there are 2 zeros, means we should give 2 digits, ma'am. So 13.55.
Okay, so it's like this. So it's not that that is because the denominator has 2 zeros. After the you should place the decimal point in such a way that there are 2 digits after the decimal point. Or in other words, when there are 2 zeros, there should be 2 decimal places. If there are 2 zeros here, there should be only 2 decimal places. So you should put the point here. Only if you keep the point here, there'll be 2 decimal places. If you keep it here between 1 and 3, if you keep the decimal point between 1 and 3, then there'll be 3 decimal places. If there are 2 zeros, there should be only 2 decimal places in the answer. So that means you should place a decimal point here. Okay, thank you, Nandana. You were right. Yes, Swati, please do the D1.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. For the D1, it is written as 20.1, ma'am. So the decimal places is only 1 decimal place is present. So the denominator will be 10, ma'am, as the whole part, and we have to mix the integral part with the decimal part. So we will get it as 201 by 10, ma'am. So the multiplicand is 4. So we have to multiply 201 with 4, ma'am. So I'll get it as 804 by 10, ma'am. Since there is only 1 0 in 10, so we have to move 1 0 from the right, ma'am. So we'll get it as 80.4.
Okay, so since the denominator has 1 0, there should be only 1 decimal place in the answer. The answer should have only 1 decimal place, so it will be 80.4. Okay, very good. Yes, others? Very good, Swati. Good.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Anugraha and Matthew.
Can I tell?
Yes, Anugraha.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, first we have to change 0.05 into a fraction.
Yeah.
And then we have to multiply with 7.
Okay.
We get 35 by 100. So we have to...
How did 0.05, how do you write that as 5 by 100?
Ma'am, because there are 2 places after the decimal point, we have to write it as 5 by 100.
What is the number without the, how do you read 0.05 without the decimal point?
Just 5.
It's 005, right? 005. And what is 005? It's just 5.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So 5 by 5 7s are 35. I think you finished. 35 by 100. Yeah, continue from 35 by 100.
So there are 2 zeros. So we have to move 2 places to the left. So we get 0.35.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So since there are 2 zeros, we should have 2 decimal places. You can put it that way also. You are also right. You should move it to the from the left, from the right, from the end, from right to left. You must move to the 2 places.
2 places.
All right. Or you can say because 100 has 2 zeros, you must have 2 decimal places in the answer. So it will be 0.35. All right. Matthew, it's your turn now. Are you there, Matthew? Okay, I can't hear. Fine. So you can do the second one. Find the area of a rectangle whose length and breadth is given to you. So you know area of the rectangle is given by the formula L into B, and we just understood how to multiply, and that's what you do here. Second one.
Ma'am, whether we have to write the question.
If you have the NCERT, no, that's again left to you. You know, I think you can ask your parents about that, because it is important to write the question. It is important.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Look at the third one, children. Here we'll see how to multiply a decimal by 10, 100, 1000 and so on. We'll see how to multiply a decimal by 10, 100, 1000 and so on. See the first one, 1.3 into 10. 1.3 into 10. So multiply as if there is no decimal point. So that's 13 into 10. 1.3. Don't see it as 1.3. See it as 13. Ignore the decimal point. Ignore the decimal point. So it's 13 into 10. What is 13 into 10? Don't see the decimal point. It's 130. 13 into 10 is 130. That's what you see here. It's 130. Now in the two numbers, only this number, the decimal, this number or this decimal has one decimal place. So that means the product also should have one decimal place. So 130. So you should place a decimal point here. So that it has one decimal place. And 13.0 is nothing but 13. Step 1, see 1.3 without the decimal point. So it is 13. So 13 into 10. 13 into 10 is 130. Don't see the decimal point. 13 into 10 is 130. Okay, now coming to the decimal point. So here, between these two numbers, this number, after the decimal point, there's one digit. So that means in the product also, after the decimal point, there should be only one digit. So you should place the decimal point here, so that there's only one digit after the decimal point. But 13.0 is nothing but 13. So the product is 13. I'll just do the second one. So this number is 36.8, but for multiplying, we'll just look at it as 368. 368. So 368 into 10. Do not read this decimal point now. 368 into 10 is 3,680. Is 3,680. Okay. Now here, after the decimal point, there's one digit. So in the product also, after the decimal point, there should be one digit. So we place a decimal point here. The product we see, when you find the product, we get 3680. We get 3680 because 368 into 10 Don't see the decimal point. 368 into 10 is 3680. Now here after the decimal point there's one digit. So that means in the product after the decimal point there should be one digit. So place a decimal point here between 8 and 0. But 368.0, we know that the decimal, we know that the zeros in the extreme ends have no value. Extreme ends have no value. So this 368.0 is nothing but 368. Look at E. Look at E. So 31.1. 31.1. But to multiply, we'll just look at it as 311. 311. 311. 311 into 100. 311 into 100. So what is 311 into 100? You should write 311 and add 2 zeros. Okay. Now coming to the decimal point. So in this number, after the decimal point, there's one digit. So in the product, we place a decimal point in such a way that there's only one digit after it. Accordingly, we place it here. But this is nothing but 3110 because after the decimal point, there's only 0. So you can ignore it. So it's just 3110. The product is 3110. Take turns and explain this. Explain the last one. Somebody explain L.
Ma'am, shall I explain?
Yeah.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the decimal places of the decimal is having 2 decimal places, ma'am. So it will be represented as the 100, ma'am. So it will be as 3 by 100, ma'am. And multiplicand.
Other way of, okay, no. We are doing this other way of multiplying.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you're trying to explain the way we did the first one.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me allow you to complete it. You're right. Good, Swati. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's 3 by.
Yes, ma'am. Without decimal places, we can get it as 3, ma'am. And the thousands, ma'am. So 3 into 1 is equal to 3. So there are 3 zeros. We have to add it as 3 zeros, ma'am. So it will be 3000, ma'am. And it has 2 zeros, ma'am. So we have to move 2 zeros to the extreme right, ma'am. So it will be 30.00. So the extreme right has no values, ma'am. So we can represent it as 30.
Okay, Swati. Good.
Yes, ma'am.
So 0.03. Look at this number without the decimal point. See the number without the decimal point. 003. That's nothing but 3. We first multiply the two numbers. If it's a decimal, we take the number without the decimal point. Just read it without the decimal point. 003. 003 is nothing but 3. Now find 3 into 1000. What is 3 into 1000? It's 3000. You can see I've written 3000 here. I've written 3000. We don't decimal point, we place it later. When we multiply, we are looking at this one as 003. That is 3. 3 into 1000 is 3000. You can see it here, 3000. Now we need to place a decimal point. So after the decimal point, 2 digits. So in the product also, after the decimal point, there should be 2 digits. So I should place a decimal point here. Now the answer, the product is 30.00. But the zeros in the extreme end, extreme right, extreme left, have no value. So you can just remove this. So the answer, the product is nothing but 30. I repeat, this is 0.03 is just 3. Without the decimal point, it's just 3. 003 is just 3. 3 into 1000 is 3000. You can don't see the decimal point. Don't see this. See, 3000 is what is written there. 3000. Now it's time to place a decimal point. So in this decimal, after the decimal point, 2 digits. So the product also, after the decimal point, there should be 2 digits. So you should place a decimal point here. If you place it here, there'll be 2 digits after the decimal point. We're done. Finish multiplying. So 30.00. Take away these zeros because it has no value. After the decimal point, extreme end zeros, no value. So it's nothing but 30. Somebody else try F. Somebody else try F. Am I not audible?
Your voice is audible, ma'am.
Yes, children, one of you take it up, please.
Shall I tell?
Yes.
136.1 into
Yeah.
100 is equal to.
Mm.
Ma'am, first we should not see the decimal point. Ma'am, when we multiply this, we'll get it as 150,610 ma'am.
No. Nandana, no. 1 minute. Please tell me, what is this? Read this number without the decimal point.
Ma'am, 1561.
1561. What is 1561 into 100? 15.
We should add 20. 156100.
Yeah, don't try to
Yes,
read the
ma'am.
number. Okay, fine. So
Ma'am,
1561
told
into
that
100.
Ma'am, in the first one you left one digit, ma'am. So here also we should leave one digit, ma'am.
Correct. So here in this number, after the decimal point, there's one digit. So in the product also, after the decimal point, there should be one digit. So you should place a decimal point here. Okay. Then
since this last digit is 0, it has no value, ma'am. So the answer will be 15610.
okay, fine, Nandana. Thank you. Yes. Matthew, I want you to try.
Ma'am, Matthew is not in the meeting, ma'am.
Oh. Okay, fine. All the three of you from the same school, right? Swati is also, Swati, you're from Kamla Niketan, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Nandana, Kamla Niketan.
Yes, ma'am.
And Matthew, yes. Same section, no? All of you?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, Anugraha?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please choose which one you want to try.
Ma'am, can I try the I1?
Yes, please.
Ma'am, first we change 0.5 into a fraction.
No, I don't want that method. Now this is a different method, right?
Okay, ma'am.
Let me ask you some questions. How do you read 0.5 without the decimal point? How will it look like?
0.5.
What's the value of 0.5?
5.
5. Okay, so that's the first step. 0.5 without the decimal point is 0.5, which is 5. Now that 5 into 10, what's the answer? What is 5 into 10?
We move to the right, so it's 5.0.
No, darling, please answer my questions. My first question was, what is 0.5 without the decimal point? You said it right. You said 0.5, which is 5. My second question is, what is 5 into 10?
50.
Have I written 50 there on the screen? Can you see 50?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now after writing 50, now coming back to the question, 0.5, this decimal, after the decimal point, there is one digit, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So what do we do in 50? What do we do? Where do we place the decimal point?
After the 0.
Between 5 and 0.
Yeah, between 5 and 0.
Why? So that?
It will be 5.0.
5.0, so that there's only one decimal place, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so 5.0 is nothing but 5.
5.
So this is one way of multiplying. So this is when we are multiplying by 10, 100,000, you can use this method.
Okay, ma'am.
This one is when you're not multiplying by 10, 100 or 1000, you can use this method. That is converting the decimal to a fraction. Converting the decimal to a fraction like this, then performing the multiplication and putting it back as a fraction. I'm sorry, putting it back as a decimal. Yeah.
Decimal.
But the most important thing here is, class, the most important thing is we should not simplify 6 and 10 or 2 and 10. You should not simplify. Don't disturb the denominator 10, 100,000. Don't disturb that. Multiply the numerators 2 into 6, 12. Multiply the denominators 10 into 1, 10. And then convert the fraction to a decimal by placing the decimal point appropriately. This is multiplying a decimal number with some other number other than 10, 100,000. Here we see how we multiply a decimal number with 10, 100,000 and so on. So you can see a word. So here there was a word problem based on this understanding. Based on this understanding, children, here there was a word problem. You're given the length and the breadth of a rectangle. You can see length is 5.7, breadth is 3. You're not multiplying by 10, 100 or 1000. So we convert this to a fraction and then we multiply the numerators like this and we put it back as a decimal. We put the fraction back as a decimal. And then we saw decimal multiplication with 10, 100,000, 10,000. And here you see a word problem based on that. You can see the word problem based on that. So you understand the question. So distance covered by a two-wheeler in 1 liter petrol is 55.3. So distance covered in 10 liters. Distance covered, this is typo error. Distance covered by a two-wheeler. 1 liter petrol is 55.3. So 10 liters will be 55.3 into 10. So here you see how to multiply the decimal number with 10. So if you can go say 20 kilometers in 1 liter of petrol, 20 kilometers in 1 liter of petrol. So in 5 liters of petrol, you can go 20 into 500 kilometers. 1 liter petrol, 20 kilometers. 5 liters petrol, 5 into 20, 100 kilometers we can go. So you can see a similar situation shown here. So here where you're multiplying the decimal number by 10. And here it's a combination, children. So you can see 2.5, 0.3. Both both are decimals. Both are decimal numbers. So we'll learn how to find these products. So these are the different varieties, children. So here is something. Here is only 6. Here only one of the two numbers is a decimal. So 0.2. This one has a decimal point. 4.6. This alone has a decimal point. So we convert this to a fraction and multiply the fractions. Put it back as a decimal. This is one type. This is again multiplying by 10, 100,000. And here you see the difference. 2.5 into 0.3, 11.2 into 0.15. All right, so let's see maybe the C. Let's see the C. We have A to J, right? Let's see the C subdivision. So how do we multiply 0.2 and 316.8? Am I audible, children?
Yes, ma'am, your voice is clear.
All right. So how do we multiply 0.2 and 316.8. So children, now we are going to do the regular multiplication. That is, don't just see the numbers without the decimal point. 0.2 without the decimal point is 2. 0.2 without the decimal point 0.2, which is 2. And 316.8 without the decimal point is 3168. So you multiply the two numbers without their decimal points. So it is 2 multiplied by 3168 and you will get 6336. Now in the product 6336, place a decimal point. How? Now this number has 1 decimal place. This one has 1 decimal place. 0.2 has 1 decimal place. 316.8 has 1 decimal place. So 1 plus 1 plus 1, 2. So the product should have 2 decimal places. 0.2 has 1 decimal place. 316.8 also has 1 decimal place. 1 plus 1, 2 decimal places. The product should have 2 decimal places, which means the product we got is 6336. It should have 2 decimal places. That means you should put the decimal point between the two threes. Between these two threes, you should place the decimal point. 63.36. So see 2 decimal places. So we just have to multiply. So there are given 2 numbers, multiply them. Look at the numbers without their decimal points. Find the product. So that's what you see here. On multiplying 2 and 3168, we get 6336. Now 2 into 3168 is 6336. Then what is 0.2 into 316.8? That will be 63.36. See the H one here, CH here. So we'll multiply 1005. See here, you can see the answer here. We'll multiply 1005 and 105 because without the decimal point. So 1005 and 105. Do the regular multiplication. How will you multiply these two numbers? Do the same method. Get the answer. And this is the answer. This is the answer. Now, 1005 into 105 is this one. Then 10.05 into 1.05 will be, this number has 2 decimal places. This one has 2 decimal places. 2 plus 2, 4 decimal places in the product. This one has 2, this one has 2. So 2 plus 2, 4. The product should have 4 decimal places. Accordingly, place a decimal point and you know where to place it. Accordingly, place a decimal point. So it is 10.5525. Now you can see in the product, there are 4 decimal places. Is that fine, children?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Somebody try. I'll just ask one of you to do it. One of you try E.
Ma'am, shall I try?
All right.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, 0.5. 1 second. Yes, ma'am. 0.5 into 0.05, ma'am.
Yeah.
In here, we don't need to take the decimal point, ma'am. We just have to multiply as it is. So 5 into 5, we will get it as 25, ma'am. As in
No,
the
1 minute. What is 0.5 without the decimal point?
Ma'am, it's 5.
No, say 0.5.
Yes, ma'am. 0.5.
What is 0.5? What is the value of 0.5?
Ma'am, it's 5.
5. What is 0.05 without the decimal point? How does it read without the decimal point?
0.005, ma'am.
0.05. But what is 0.05?
Ma'am, it's equal to 5.
5. It's 5 again. So we multiply 5 and 5. Very good. Yeah. Continue.
Yes, ma'am. We will get it as 25, ma'am.
Oh.
In this 25, yes, ma'am. In this 25, we have to move in the decimal numbers which we are multiplying. There is 3. There is in the first one number moved to the decimal, and in the second one, 2 numbers have been moved, ma'am. So totally,
first one, yes. 1 decimal place. Second one, 2 decimal places. So totally in the product,
3 decimal places, ma'am.
3 decimal places. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So we have to move extreme right to the 25, ma'am, and then we have to keep a dot, and before the dot we have to keep 0, ma'am. So we'll get it as 0.025 as the answer.
Product. Very good. Yeah. So in this one, the product we have only 25 children. We have the product is 25, but 1 plus 2, we need to have 3 decimal places in the product. 1 plus 2, 3 decimal places, but we have only 2 digits. We have only 2 digits, but you must have 3. So you'll have to place a point, add a 0, and then write the 2 digits 2 and 5. Of course, you know, before the decimal point, you can put a 0. So 0 point, before this decimal point, you can write a 0. Now, the thing is, the product should have 3 decimal places. So you should keep a point and there should be 3 digits. But available is only 2 digits, 2 and 5. What do we do for the third one? So for the third one, you put a 0. We have 2 digits, but we need to have 3 decimal places. That means after the decimal point, we need to have 3 digits. But we have only 2 digits, 2 and 5. I want another one. So add a 0. So 0.025. This makes 3 decimal places. And you know, you can, before the decimal point, you can always add a 0. So the product is 0.025. You should not add the 0 in the end. You must, if you don't have sufficient digits to get the number of decimal places, you must write the zeros immediately after the decimal point. After the decimal point, you must write. Supposing the product needed 5 decimal places. 5 decimal places. Supposing we wanted the product to have 5 decimal places. That is after the decimal point, 5 digits. So then it will be 0.00025. 0. We need 5 digits after the decimal point. So it will be 0.00025. Is that understood, children?
Yes, ma'am, understood.
Yeah, please take a screenshot of all this, complete all this. I'm showing you the questions from the beginning. So this is one type.
Done, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am, for sometimes I can't unmute, ma'am. If I unmute, the voice is not hearing, ma'am, because my internet is issue, ma'am.
Matthew, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Matthew. Please make use of the meeting recording in case you were not able to catch up with some part of the meeting. Please use the recording. I've been sharing the recording regularly.
Ma'am, I can hear you, ma'am, but the chat is not going, ma'am. Chat is also not going, ma'am.
Oh, okay, fine. So you're listening to the class then. You didn't miss
Yes,
any
ma'am.
part of the class. Okay, fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions now? I can go back and tell you. Any doubts you have, Matthew?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. All right.
Done, ma'am.
All right, children. Yeah, one. One of you tell me the answer for the for this one. Question number 1, second subdivision. Question number 1, second subdivision. Convert each of the following into a fraction in its simplest form.
Ma'am, shall I say?
Yes.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, it's 0.75, ma'am. So it has 2 decimal places. So we have to write it as 75 by 100, ma'am. When we simplify it by the 5 table, we will get it as. Ma'am, 1 minute.
Yeah, please.
Yes, ma'am. We will get it as. Yes, ma'am. We will get it as 15 by 20, ma'am. And again, if we simplify by 5 table, we will get it as 3 by 4, ma'am. So the simplest form is 3 by 4, ma'am.
3 by 4. Okay, very good. Yes. 3 by 4.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. So what is the fraction for 0.8, children? 0.8 is equal to?
Ma'am, 8 by 10. So
8 by 10.
Ma'am, we should convert it to the simplest form too, ma'am.
Yeah.
So it will become 4 by 5, ma'am.
Very good. 4 by 5. Similarly for the others. Tell me the fraction alone. You can simplify it, but what's the fraction for the third one?
Ma'am, 6 by 100, ma'am. Ma'am, 6 by 10, 100.
6 by 100. 6 by 100. Because after the decimal point, 2 digits. 6 by 100. This one?
Ma'am, 100th, ma'am.
Ma'am, 285 by 1000, ma'am.
285 by 1000. 285 by 1000. Okay. You remember we did a division. Now maybe this one I'll children, and regarding the addition and subtraction of decimals, you can even go through a few of it. If you feel that it's too much to work, if you feel it's simple and it's too much to work, you can just discuss with your parents and try to work a few of it. This paper is important. I want all of you to complete this one. Are you getting me? All of you have to complete multiplication of decimals. Everything should be completed. Please work everything. Multiplication of decimals, please work everything. Addition and subtraction of decimals, that is, we convert them to like decimals and then add or subtract. If you feel there are too many sums to work, you can discuss with your parents and then work a few of it for practice. Now, this particular paper, what you see now on your screen, exercise 3A, I want you to work it completely. We'll see the answers in the next class. Completely. Please remind me, okay? We have to discuss these answers in the next class. One of you, as soon as we begin the class, just remind me that we have to discuss these answers.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Take a screenshot. I'll show you the rest of the paper also. Till here, take a screenshot. So here is convert each of the following as a mixed fraction. When we started decimals, we did discuss all this, converting this to a mixed fraction. So let me just do this one for you. 5.6. What is 5.6? 5.6 is 56 by 10. 56 by 10. Put it in the simplest form. Can simplify. So it will be 28 by 5. 5.6 is 56 by 10, which is nothing but 28 by 5. After simplifying, you will get 28 by 5. Now do the division. Do that simple division. Divide 28 by 5. So 5 5s are 25. 3 is the remainder. When you divide 28 by 5, 5 5s are 25. 3 is the remainder. So the mixed fraction is 5 3 by 5. I'm sure you all understood what I said.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's all it is. So you have to just, when it is this number, 6.004 is nothing but 6004 by 1000. 6004 divided by 1000. That's the first step. Then simplify. How much ever possible, simplify. After simplifying, do the division, the regular division. divide it and then write it as a mixed fraction. Now here children, convert each of the following into decimal. Whenever the denominator is 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, it is easy to write it as a decimal. It's very easy to switch between a fraction and decimal. Now here, what is 47 by 10?
Ma'am, it's 4.7 as a decimal.
Yeah, correct. What is 156 by 100 as a decimal?
Ma'am, 1.56.
Yeah, somebody else tell me the third one. What is 2516 by 100 as a decimal?
Ma'am, 25.16.
Very good, very good. Matthew, the last one.
Ma'am,
This time.
3.524, ma'am.
3.524. Very good, very good. Now you can see that these are not, these do not have denominator 10, 100, 1000 and so on. So there is one trick, children. Now can you now tell me 3 2 by 5, put it as an improper fraction for me. 3 2 by 5.
Ma'am, 17 by 5.
17 by 5. Okay, now keep the 17. You can even do it on your mind. You don't have to actually work it. 17 by 5. What you can do is, one method is 17 by 5. Now write an equivalent fraction with denominator 100. 17 by 5. With what should you multiply so that you get denominator 100?
Ma'am,
Sorry,
20.
10. No, sorry. 5 is close to 10, children. 5 is close to 10. 7 by 5. How will 5 become 10? You should multiply
Ma'am, by
by
multiplying it with 2.
2. So now you have what? 5 3s are 15, 17 by 5. You can easily make 5 as 10. How? By multiplying and dividing by 2. Equivalent fraction. 17 by 5 into 2 by 2. So you will get 34 by 10. Correct, children?
3.4. Yes,
3.4.
ma'am.
3.4. That's all. That is the mixed fraction. 3 2 by 5 can be written as 17 by 5. Improper fraction 17 by 5. The denominator is 5. We wish it were 10 or 100,000, so it's easy to put it as a decimal. But you have an idea. You can bring 5 to 10 by multiplying by 2. So find the equivalent fraction. 17 by 5, in multiply the numerator by 2, multiply the denominator by 2. Equivalent fraction. So it becomes 34 by 10, and 34 by 10 is 3.4. So like that, children, I'll just give you the clue. You cannot bring 8 to 10. You cannot bring 8 to 100, but you can bring 8 to 1000. Find the equivalent fraction. Convert 8 to 1000. Bring the denominator to 1000 and put this in a decimal form. This one you can bring it to 10. 25 can be brought to 25 can be brought to
Ma'am, 100 by multiplying it with 4.
4, yeah. 25 can be brought to 100 by multiplying and dividing by 4. What about this one? 20 can be brought to?
Ma'am, 5 to make it as 100.
Yeah, you can multiply by 5 to bring it to 100. So this fraction you can multiply and divide by 5. This one by 4. Of course, you'd convert this to an improper fraction. This one by 2, because 5 can become 10 easily. And then this one can become 1000. This 8 can be brought to 1000. The other ways, children, you please do both the ways. Other ways, you can divide 25 by 8. You can divide 25 by 8. Do the long division. And bring the, so you can try these sums in both the ways. You can try to do these sums. Oh, somebody's disturbing. Kindly disable your mic, children. Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You can do it both the ways. You can find an equivalent fraction with denominator 10, 100, 1000 accordingly and put it in the decimal form. Or you can even perform the long division. You can perform the long division and bring it to the decimal form. I think till here you can complete it for the next class. The rest of it just finish till here. 1, 2, 3 alone you do. Next class I'll show you the remaining questions. Yeah, so this, we'll not do all this. 1, 2, 3 alone, or maybe you can take 4 also because you can see it on your screen. Please finish 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll discuss these. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry to keep changing, children. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
now
can I take a screenshot?
Yeah, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Please finish this by the next class.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, children. Fine, children. That's it for today's session. Thank you so much. You may leave the meeting.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, will you send this question in WhatsApp?
No, darling. That's what I said. Please take a screenshot.
Ma'am, my snip is not working, ma'am.
Maybe you can ask your friends to share it now after the class. Share your numbers. Ask somebody for their number. Wait.